Hey guys, here it is, the XL600 XR600 Hybrid. Now, if you haven't seen my previous video about this bike, well, let me explain it to you a little bit. This is basically a 1983 XL600 frame, as you can see here in the badge. Yep, 1983 model. And this engine is from an XR600, which I purchased like a while ago. Right, so engine is there, everything fits. I just have to finalize some of the mounting, the bolts, the fasteners, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, the reason why this bike has been on hold, I haven't talked about this bike in a really long time, is because, well, as you can see in the video earlier, well, there it is. I have a shop already. My shop is filled. All the bikes from REVOLT CYCLES, our bikes, my bike, my XL600 is still there. And I've been very busy with the shop lately, and also the gas station. This is the main reason why I'm so busy, and I haven't been uploading videos as of late. If you noticed, if you've been following the channel for quite some time, I used to upload 2 videos a week, once every Wednesday and on a weekend. And right now I'm stuck. I have a CRF250L here up for supermoto conversion, and a KLX150 for the same thing, right? I got oil, tire sealant, here's the tire machine, this is my bread and butter, and all the parts that I have here, tires as well. But anyway, I'm getting out of topic already. Let's go back to the XL. Alright, so one of the main reasons why it took me so long to get this into this state is because I had to get this fabricated, the exhaust manifold, and this is like a cheap fabrication. I didn't do this, I hired somebody, and he only asked me like around 3,500 pesos. It's not the best work, it's really, it doesn't pass my standards, but I really needed one done so that I can have the engine checked, tuned, get it running. It was running, but since we were doing something with the electronics, the wiring, and the carburation, I had to get this done so that I can have it tuned properly. And once that is done already, then I'm gonna have this bike torn apart again. It's gonna be torn apart, and have it painted, have the engine completely rebuilt if there is a need to. And I'm going to do something with suspension. I'm going to keep it stock, but I'm going to have to get this, cleaned, fresh oil, fresh seals, everything, so on and so forth. So far, I already installed like these fat bars that I bought, from one of my suppliers. This one, the grips, they're kind of dirty because this bike has been left out, exposed to the elements, so that explains all this dirt and grime. But these are actually new. We've had these kind of grips in a long time. I've also had the similar grips on my 600. What else? Yeah, Yoshimura exhaust. This actually came from my 2004 XR650R, which I had back in 2010. I bought it in from the States, brought it over here to the Philippines, and then I sold that bike with this pipe. But somehow this pipe went into this bike from the previous owner that I bought it from, and it's still here with us. So cool remembrance from that bike. So here at the back, well, if you're familiar or an expert in XR600s or XR250s, you may know that this is not a genuine Honda piece. This is actually fabricated. When I got this bike, the engine with a swing arm, because that bike was turned into a cafe racer of some sort. They had a fabricated bracket for the rear disc brake system. I'm going to show you the hubs, by the way, later in the video. So my plan for this bike is, once it's tuned, once it's done, I'm going to turn this into a supermoto, a vintage supermoto inspired by the 1983 Superbikers race. The bike specifically ridden by Danny Magoo Chandler. If you're familiar, or if you are into supermoto history, go check it out. I made a video about that, touching on that subject also. And the bike there was classic Honda colors, and I'm going to do that to this XL600 Hybrid. And I might be using these tires. These are the Michelin Pilot Street 2s. They are basically rain tires, and they're kind of heavy. Well, because they're radials, but I'm not sure why they're heavy. But I've read a lot of good reviews. This is the front tire, by the way. You know, I'm okay with the price. It's just that they're really hard to install. If I had extra money, I would go for these. These are super sticky Diablo Rosso 3s, but I cannot afford these tires. This one is for sale, by the way, and we'll be putting that on this bike. Alright, so basically this is an XL600 with an XR600 engine, and I'm gonna mix it. Well, basically I've installed like all the good parts that I was able to salvage from the bike where that engine came from. Okay, so these are well, pardon me, you know, it's a mess. You know, this is where I store all the XL600 parts. We have the original rear fender, the front fender, the headlight, and other stuff over there. I'll be reusing the front and the rear fender, and of course the skid plate for this bike. Okay, welcome to my office. Well, you know, I apologize if it's a mess. Well, an office is an office, it's always messy. So here we have some of the parts that I have in stock for my supermoto builds for my clients. These are all for sale. This is, by the way, for an XR200. If you are in the Philippines looking for a completely, well, somewhat complete set of wheels for your XR200 Supermoto conversion, I have these for sale. I also have a bunch of rims, and yeah, look at that. You know, fluorescent pink and electric yellow and black two-tone. I had these custom painted, and the quality is really nice, by the way. And yeah. These are the hubs that I also have for sale. These are for the CRF 150 and the WR. I also have another set of hubs for the CRF 250L and another pair over there for the Kawasaki KLX 150 BF. So these are the hubs for our project bike. I had these powder coated. These are the bearings. I'm gonna have to replace them. Yeah, but this is the spacer for inside the hub. This is the front hub. I'm going to show you the quality of how this hub was powder coated by candy paint. Alright, check this out. This is the rear hub. This is not a Honda piece. This is a Kawasaki KMX 125 rear hub with a disc plate, you know, mounting points. And I'm going to be using this on the project bike. So as you can see, this is the quality of the powder coating that candy paint does. I went with the gloss black, very shiny. They're very well done. They did me a favor of cleaning the insides of the hub. Really nice. They did the sandblasting and then doing the powder coat itself. This is the front. I'm sorry, the camera cannot capture how nicely done this hub is. Yeah, it's very clean. Okay, so I did accomplish something on the bike. You know, this is the XL600 seat. It has been reupholstered already. I did some modifications to the mounting points for the going to the frame. So like this one, I had this changed to bigger 12mm bolts with a, is this an 8mm or 10mm? I forgot, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's way better than the original one. And the seat material itself is by Motosuit. You know, Motosuit is an OG dirt bike shop here in the island of Cebu, and they primarily sponsor motocross riders, and they've been in the game for like 20-30 years already. So yeah, highly respected. And this is their gripper material. Very grippy once you get on it, and it's waterproof, so if you go riding in the rain, the foam inside won't get in. You know, trusted. I've used their stuff, you know, for a really long time, and I always go back to them when it comes to seat materials. There's the XL600 gas tank. Surprisingly, despite this gas tank being in storage for probably 6 years already, the paint is still in good condition. So I'm gonna try and keep that. Hopefully there's no need for me to repaint the stock tank. I might need to change the fuel petcock, Okay, so there's one piece that I wasn't able to show to you because I wasn't able to go inside the REVOLT CYCLES stock room because that's where I kept it. It's the gold rims that I'm planning to use on this bike. Yeah, probably for a future update. Hopefully, once I'm done, putting the wheels here, have this on a, moving so that I can have it fixed, the engine fixed, then, I'll show you. But yeah, I just want to address some of the things that some of you viewers might be wondering, because I know for a fact that you found my channel because of my Suzuki auto related content, and yeah, those videos, got a lot, of viewers, and I gained a lot of subscribers from those videos also. But some of you guys even contacted me, and asked me if, I can help them, facilitate in a potential Suzuki vehicle purchase. Well, to be honest with you, I'm no longer connected with Suzuki. I quit like last July for reasons of, well, I have this shop, and of course, the convenience store, the gas station, and the laundry shop, and the car wash, and it's a lot to take in. I have my plate full, and this also explains why the serious lack of riding videos and reviews also. If you notice, most of my content lately has been about supermoto, how to build a CRF, what parts to use, or WR, or XR, whatever, all those, small motorcycles that I've been talking about. I haven't talked about a big motorcycle. Yes, and I also have another project bike, which was a CBX 750, which basically I put to the side because I couldn't find parts for it here where I live. I'm here in the Philippines, particularly in the island of Cebu. Getting parts for that kind of motorcycle is really challenging here. Probably the only thing that's stopping me from getting that bike up and running is the starter. I posted a video a while ago of me doing a burnout, and yeah, I was so happy. I finally got the bike running, and then the day after that video, the starter motor died, and I had to reopen it, have it fixed again. But sad to say, it's really worn out, so I'm looking for a replacement starter, and hopefully I can find one locally. If not, if you are generous enough to help me with that project, let me know. Send me a DM in any of my social media accounts or in my email. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. XL600 XR600 hybrid. What should I call this? Should I call this the bastard build or the XR600L? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, so if you are in Cebu or anywhere in the Philippines looking for a set of supermoto wheels or tires for your dirt bike, adventure bike, street bike, scooter, I've got a lot of scooter tires, by the way, send me a DM. I've got links in the description below. My shop page is there. Send me a DM, I'll help you out. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. See you next time.